What is going on, guys? And we are back, and it is another day, and we're back on the van. So I've just been stripping the front end down. We've already got the front off. We're pulling the engine out, and I'm just checking under here. So yeah, we've got a knackered wishbone there. That's no problem. We'll get a new one in order. Now, to my amazement, I was looking under there. Don't know if you can make this out. Can you see? You can't see very well, but this has got Polyflex rear bushes on, which I was pretty chuffed. So yeah, we're just going to whip this off now. We might as well, I'm getting new suspension for this. We're getting VXR suspension for this with lowering springs, so we might as well just pull this whole section off. So let's just do that now, guys. What is going on, guys? It is the next morning now, and we've just been to pick up some parts for our Astra build. So we've just been up to Darren's and we've picked up the engine. Yeah, finally we've got an engine here which I'm actually going to be using for the build. So this engine was in a previous build of mine and sold to Darren. He didn't end up using it. He opted for a fully forged 2.3 build with forged pistons and all that kind of stuff, good stuff. So I think he's gone for valve springs and all sorts of stuff on his build. So, but for me, for what I need, this is like enough for me. So yeah, this has been fully rebuilt in the bottom end. It's had new rings, bearings, end seals on the crank. It had the crank polish. Oh yeah, you're right. It had the crank polished on there, and it also had the cylinders honed as well. So not only that, we've been and picked up some VXR shocks and springs. We've got those as well, so they're going to be a nice upgrade for what we're doing. Right, this is where we're at now, guys. So we've pulled the struts off both sides now. We've got the entire bottom arm assembly. These hubs are M32 hubs, so we won't be using those for the Saab build. Excuse me. Yeah, also the bottom wishbones, the ball joint on this one has got play in it, and the other one of the bushes is gone. So while that's off, we're just going to put some brand new wishbones on it because it makes sense. Like I say, I'll keep these good spares for my other van that's got an M32 box in it, so we'll keep those. What else have we done? So we've just whipped off the top, rear and front engine mounts as well. The top one there on this side, I've undone that. We pulled all the wiring loom, took the ECU off, which is located down here. So we've whipped the ECU bracket off, it's held on with 3 13mm bolts. Took that off, pulled the loom back and just rested it over the engine. So this bit of loom you can see there is from the ECU, and you've got like the battery wiring and stuff like that. So next thing really for this side of things is going to be to pull that out, because that's literally just sitting there now. Gary kindly came along and pulled these off for me because I wasn't quite sure how they came off there. There's some little clips on them, but he sorted that for me. So yeah, we'll probably pull this slam panel off again, and when we can, we'll get the hoist here and we'll get this lifted out, and in an ideal world we'll get that engine there ready to go in here. So we'll pull this one out and drop that one straight in. That's the plan anyway. So there's a bit more to do yet, because I want to do a delete on these aircon pipes. They're going to go. We won't be needing any of this diesel fuel filter canister system, so we'll do away with that. And then our fuel pipes are down there somewhere. We've got, no, that's not the fuel pipe. That, no, they don't. Where are they? Hang on a minute, guys. Fuel pipes. Yeah, I think they're plastic ones on this all the way. Are they plastic? Oh, it's hard to tell, guys, but there's the fuel lines anyway. So like I say, it's been a while since I did the last one. I think the last one I had steel lines going down there, so we will strip that off and wait and see what we've got there. But either way, we'll be able to make something link up to those fuel lines. We will have to pull the pump out and replace it for a higher pressure petrol pump. Wiring loom wise, we're going to need to keep the crank sensor off this. We're going to need to trim down some of this loom. We're going to need to keep the crank sensor and the fan control. So we've got the water temp sensor in there. We're going to need to take that out, and we're going to need to keep that wiring. And the crank sensor, obviously we're going to make a trigger wheel, which is going to be there on the bottom pulley there, right? So we're going to need a trigger wheel on that, and that's going to fire up the CAN bus system. So all your usual things like your power steering, your other things that require the car to know that the engine's been booted up. So we're going to keep the original ECU in down there. So obviously you trick it, don't you? If you've watched any of our previous videos on Mark 5 conversions, all that's already been covered. So if you want to check out some of our other videos, there's some in-depth stuff on CAN bus trigger wheels and stuff. So I'm not going to go massively into getting past the CAN bus on these, because it's in one of the other videos on our channel. Make sure you subscribe and have a look on there, stay notified and stuff. There's always stuff on there. We're keeping those water pipes. They're going to be joined up with some Saab water pipes for the matrix. So yeah, what is going on, guys? So it is the next day here now, and we've done a bit of paint work. Yep, we did a bit of paint work yesterday. So we've knocked out the drivers and passenger wing. They're all painted up. I didn't really film much of this. I'd like to start, in time I need to start filming this, more of this kind of thing. I need to set up some sort of rig, you know, like a tripod for holding phone or camera or something like that. But obviously it's quite difficult trying to get jobs knocked out on your vehicle in certain time, and obviously when there's only one of you filming it. So obviously a lot of the time me and Gary are busy at separate times and doing different things, different commitments. So basically we do the best we can with the time we have, and obviously the equipment we have camera wise is very limited for me. So yeah, we got both wings painted. The other one is in there at the back of the garage. This needs a right good clean up, this garage. It's one of my jobs. So yeah, the wing's over there. That wing there, we've got the tailgate painted. That didn't come out too bad. There's a fairly decent shine in it, bit of orange peel, but it didn't come out that bad all in all. And we've got a couple of the trims painted up as well. So like the side panel trims that go on here, they've been painted. Them ones there, they're ready to go. We've also done the filler cap. That's been done as well. So what I'm going to do now for the next 10 minutes or so is I'm going to start whacking some trims back on. We're going to get the wings mounted back on, get some little trims put back on, probably the lights and filler cap and bits and pieces like that, and then I'll put you guys back on and do a little walk round of how it's starting to come on. Right, it is a couple of days later here now, guys, and as you can tell by the look on my face, it is absolutely boiling. The weather's really, really nice. Me personally, I find it too hot, but you know, hammer me in the comments for complaining about the weather. Typical British person. We have got the engine out of the back of the van, so we've got that there now. We're just on with fitting some of the parts on the back, so I'll just take you to the back of the van and show you what I picked up from Gary's unit. So we've got a bunch of bits here, guys. We've got a starter motor, alternator, we've got bracketry, we've got the inlet manifold, we've got a F23 gearbox off a Corsa C 1.7 CDTI by looks things. We've got an inlet manifold gasket, your auxiliary belt tensioner, and a bunch of nuts and bolts. So the very first thing we're going to do is we've got the bottom alternator bracket. Yeah, that's what it is, bottom alternator bracket, which is incorporated to the bearing housing for split shaft. Now we're not going to be running split shafts on this build. I've got some straight shafts. I've got a normal Mark 4 Astra straight short shaft and a straight long shaft, so that's what we're going to be running for that. So to do this, we need to cut this bearing carrier off and smooth it all around a bit, because a lot of this isn't needed. So the only real thing that's going to be doing any work here is this bottom mount for the alternator. So let's just get to that now. So that's your bottom excuse me, alternator bracket trimmed down. The bearing housing is off it now, so we can mount that and that won't foul the drive shafts. So that's the first piece that goes on down there. Sorry about the camera angles there, guys. Looking a bit amateur there. So the next bracket we've got is this bracket here, which is the top alternator bracket and the auxiliary belt. Auxiliary belt tensioner. No, not tensioner, idler. The tensioner goes on next. So yeah, we'll just go about putting that on now. So what holds the alternator into this bracketry here is two of these Allen heads. You've got one in the top there, which goes right the way through and mounts into the part of the bracket, and the same at the bottom there. So that's the tensioner on now as well. Same thing, Allen bolt in the side, so that's not on. Next up, we have got the inlet manifold. So we've got a fresh inlet manifold gasket there. We've cleaned off the face of the head there. Cleaned off any of the old gasket that would have been on it, and we've got to do the same to that, and then we'll get that on. So I've got all the inlet on that now. The inlet manifold's on. All of the ancillaries and bits and pieces are on. We've got Father in the house. Hello, Father.
Right.
And Gary's here. Oh, flipping heck. What the hell's that?
UV light.
So yeah, Gary's kindly just pulled the 1.9 diesel engine out of the van. So we had to whip that. What's that called? The diesel filter housing. Yeah, diesel filter housing. Took that off. I'm just going to get these aircon pipes out now. There. Is there anything else? There's a blanker here. There. For the throttle cable. There, and I've got the proper bung for that. Is that worth me doing while...
Yes, definitely.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll get on that. I'll grab the... do that now, mate. Right, I've lubed that up for you, Gary.
Yes.
Would you mind stuffing that in the hole with your long fingers? Is that alright?
I hope your missus don't
Because
mind.
my fingers are a bit small for the job. Apparently you need some long fingers. Lubed it up and shove it in the hole. Oh, I heard it. It went. It proper went home then, didn't it?
Definitely.
So it's the next evening now, and we're gonna wrap this video up
Are we?
because yeah, this video's gone for long enough.
We haven't even
So
started.
no, this video's gone for long enough. So if you want to see some more progress, stay tuned for the next video, and hopefully we'll have the B204 in. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Wheel Hobbies. So yeah, we're just carrying on from the last video now. So
I haven't even had a cup of tea yet.
what are you on about? Something needs removing, the boost controller or something?
Boost control.
Oh yeah, that.
Hmm.
Sounds like thunder.
No, it's a plane.
Is it an airplane, is it?
Oh, just in case people didn't know, if you are doing a Mark V or a Zafira B, to get the gearbox mount off, they've actually got a 13mm nut
Behind them?
behind there.
Do you know what? I did not know that.
No, seriously.
No,
So
because the last
people
Mark
are-
V I did.
So if people are undoing these E12s, the four of them, and they're like, why won't this mount come out? Yeah, 13mm through the passenger wheel arch.
Because the last one I did, I had an F23 already.
Yeah.
So, what did you say needed to come out?
The
That?
boost controller. For the diesel.
210 mils.
Mm.
Okay. So have you just got it off in the time that it took me to open the garage door?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
113mm.
I thought it was 210 mils.
No, that's if you want to take the boost controller if it's a rubber mounted. But chances are, when you undo them, it's just going to twist that rubber off anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
More boost controllers for the boost solenoid collection.
Yes. Oh,
for the diesels.
13 on there too. At least it wasn't a 10. Thank you.
So what's next?
Get this engine out of the way.
Yeah.
Get the B204 here.
Yeah.
F23.
Get a gearbox bolted to it.
Get the gearbox on.
Get it in.
And get the oyster out as well.
Okay.
Do you know what's really funny, Dean?
What?
This is your build, and yet I'm the one getting covered in...
Do you want to film me?
No.
It would be interesting actually for you to film me doing some work.
I want it done tonight though.
Oh, that's true. Is this going back in the van?
Hey?
Where's that going?
Just in the van, maybe.
In the van.
In the van. So, get all these tools out now. God, engine and boxes in there, isn't it? Oh, they're yours too.
Ah, cheers. Might as well just give them to you for how much I'll use them.
Mate, I've got 2 sets of mine. They come in handy for you.
Oh.
Yeah?
It's in, Gaz.
Get in there.
With the gearbox on and everything.
Yeah.
We've got the engine out of the garage. I've got a proper croaky voice at the moment.
COVID.
COVID, probably.
Wouldn't be anything else, would it?
No. Special delivery.
Really?
Special delivery, Gary.
Special delivery.
So that's the gearbox on.
Yep.
And you did line the clutch up really, really well because this just slotted straight on, didn't
Yeah,
it?
well, typical you wasn't filming again.
No, I know. It's like getting into the routine of keeping the camera rolling.
Yeah.
Every now and again you turn it off to try and help with something.
Yeah.
But in reality I'd be more help to just carry on filming, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Should we film Gary's fancy pants?
These are my going out pants.
There you going out pants. He put his fancy pants on for me, boys. Oh, it's ratchet time.
Yeah, One's done. One's done.
And that bottom one that felt really nasty. It'll be
There we
right.
go.
Yeah, it'll go. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's a bit.
You'll go, innit?
Yeah.
You're not going.
It's not, is it?
You're not going. Yes.
Is it a different type?
Yeah.
So it won't go on it.
Well, if you drill the alley
What we
out,
could do.
drill the alley out and then put a nut in there.
Yeah.
Innit?
I mean,
Oh.
will it bolt all the way
No.
through that way? And we could just bolt it through there. Right, how many's it got on it? So we've got
4.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but one's one
Four.
at the front here.
It does one another one at the front, doesn't it?
Yeah. Innit?
Why is that blank in there? Is that not actually tapped for anything?
Don't think
Is it just
so.
a blind hole? Not a
Yeah.
blind hole, a unthreaded hole.
I think it's just a blind hole, yeah. But like I say, if you put, what are these? 12 by 1.2.
What, run a tap
by
through the back of
1.5.
here?
Yeah, run a tap through there, and then that way that will screw straight in then, as well. An
Even
extra.
even if you run the tap through this side,
Yeah,
it makes no difference.
yeah.
So I don't totally understand.
Dean used to always think that depending on which way you put the tap in, it would depend on what kind of thread you got, whether it's a left-hand thread or a right-hand thread.
I didn't really think that, but
You did.
did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
You was like, oh, so that's how they make a left-handed
think-
thread.
Shut up. So it's going in. It don't look a bad engine. I mean, it's not the cleanest engine. It's not a Gary build, is it? But it's look at it on the camera, Gary.
Hey?
It don't look that bad, does it?
It actually looks amazing on camera.
Okay.
Wow.
Very
Photogenic.
Very photogenic.
Just like your face.
Yeah, just my face. Yeah.
Right, is it in yet?
No.
Right, so we need to go down.
Baby, are you down? I'm thinking of doing that rock cover, Nardo Grey.
Really?
What do you think, guys? Drop a comment down below, let us know. Do you think I should do the rock cover Nardo Grey and the DI pack black? So it is the next day now, guys, and we have got the engine in. So I'm going to wrap it up for now. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video, because I've got a bit of a shocking decision which I'm making about the van. Changing a few things, so stay tuned and we'll let you know what we're doing on the next video.